since when did I introduce myself as Mrs. Amoateng? Every other thing, my husband does it. Babe, can you please pick the remotes for me? So you are literally using your own money to pump and fund the videos you produce out there. No, it's not me. I can't fail.
The past you've had having to sell, you've not made it hold you back. How have you dealt with that?
Oh, I know my worth so bad. Like
How do you make sure that you show up every time authentic and true? Hi, Juliana.
Hi, Yayra.
Juliana Stone. Let me make it clear. Thank you so much for doing this and for being on this show. It means a lot to me.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. It is. So I love for my guests to introduce themselves. So tell us who Juliana is.
Hi everyone. Hi July. My name is Juliana Amoateng. If you wish, you can call me Mrs. Stone. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I am a digital creator. I'm an influencer. I'm also a business owner. Digital creator, teaching others how to create content, how to be successful with content creation, and then a beauty creator and actually a lifestyle creator as well, where I teach people how to do their own makeup, how to do their own hair, how to take care of themselves, learn about skincare, and understand that skincare, personal care, beauty is not a chore. You are just giving yourself the chance to explore and, discover who you really are, have the time you need, and exist in your femininity.
Let's go. I'm like,
so that is what I do. And then I also talk about Jesus on my page. I'm a big church Jesus girl. Okay, don't play.
So true,
So that is who I am. And I also just started a beauty brand, which makes me a beauty business
owner. Let's go.
So that is who I am basically. If you see me in town, just call me July, because that is who every audience of mine is, and you are one of them from today.
Yes, period. Wow, that's a beautiful introduction. And I can testify from the time I started watching you and watching your videos, when I wanted to learn makeup, though, oh God, I haven't perfected it. I look for, you're the one person who will look for when we want to learn, the makeup. I was like, hey, you do your hair, you'll be braided, it'll be so nice. I was like, there was one time that you even braided, I think the same hair as Jackie Appiah. So was it Jackie?
Yeah.
I remember. I was like,
that video actually blew my Instagram page.
Because I was like,
it took my Instagram followers from, I think, around 60K to around 200K. Yes.
Wow.
Yes. And Jackie Appiah herself commented on the video.
Okay. I made it. I remember that was like, this is so beautiful, because I really admire the way you do your hair, your stuff, your makeup, your stuff, and all that. And you're really just seeking to educate people on that. I know now people see a lot of the glamour. They see the brand you're working with. They see the event you're going for, and they see you building your brand and where it has gotten to. And I'm like, oh, I want to be like Juliana. I'm inspired by you. I admire. Please, let's talk about the time it didn't look like all that. When you started, how was the journey like?
Okay, breathe in.
Get us, take us there.
All right, so starting content creation, first of all, I mean, with anything at all, it's not easy. Everyone can testify. Anything at all. My mother usually would say, even if you are hired to sit at one place and just observe the environment, it's not going to be easy. You're going to be so bored, so nothing at all comes easy. But then when it comes to content creation, the financial investment that you have to pump into it, and especially, let's say, as a beauty creator, where I love exploring products, right? So you have to literally explore products in terms of the beauty items you use. So when it comes to hair installations, for example, the braiding extensions you would buy, it has to come from your pocket. The wigs you have to buy has to come from your pocket. The wig installation tools, it has to come from your pocket. So you are literally using your own money to pump and fund the videos you produce out there. So starting out, I had to, use my own money to service my audience, but just, for the lack of better word. And it went on for about a year and a half before I got my own brand deal, or my first brand deal ever. You get it? So starting out with that financial constraint was real. And I've said this over and over again. We also used to stay at a place where a poultry farm was directly behind our house. So anytime I'm recording, you hear the chickens go. Exactly. And it forced me to only record in the night you know, and thankfully I'm a night owl. I've been a night owl almost all my life, so it wasn't an issue waking up at dawn to film in the night. But the main issue was the location where we're staying. And as soon as the chickens were done, you hear the frogs as well. What? Hey! And we're also staying by the roadside, and all the time you hear cars going on about.
That's stressful.
It was so stressful. Eventually, we changed our location, thanks be to God, and things started becoming very easy, and I could film at any time I wanted. And then when it comes to equipment, you know, people say, and I am included, start with what you have. But then we are made to admire nice things. That is who we are, right?
Interact with those nice things.
But then you see that there's no equipment, there's nothing there. You don't have the soft boxes, you don't have the professional equipment. You are literally forced to start with what you have. And I'm glad I got the chance to start with what I have, to be able to tell this experience today and to share that you indeed, even though we do say that you start with what you have, it is not a lie at all, because that is what you actually have. If you are blessed to have, you know, multi-billion setup, that is fantastic. But then if you have your phone, start with it. So that is what I started with. And, you know, we graduated from a phone onto the equipment, and then, you know, we expanded our studio setup, and now we are where we are today. So it didn't start just like you are saying. And my old videos are still there for anyone who still wants to, you know, go back and have a look and have the feel of how it looks like. And my old videos are so funny. For me, I don't find them cringe at all. People say, "Oh, my old videos are cringe."
No,
yes, some videos
I
are
don't
actually
think
cringe.
I see that.
But then
like,
I look at it and I'm like, "Oh, it's been such a beautiful journey. In those moments, you will see them as challenges. You are growing, but as you grow and you now start experiencing the glamour, you tend to appreciate those times more, and it keeps you in a humbling position. And you look back and say, God, thank you. This one, you do well. Thank you.
Right.
So,
I'm enjoying the conversation with you so far, because I feel like it's authentic. The journey is real,
right?
And those were like your best videos. So.
I mean, they are what has gotten me to
place.
this
Like,
so.
as I said, I used to watch them so far. But was there a point in time in this journey, like with all the frustrations you have with the place you were staying, not having professional staff and all of that, that you wanted to give up? You were doing it for 1 year and a half. Did you like, eventually it would work out? It would work out.
Oh, yes. I've been a positive person right from the get-go. My mother really influenced us and, you know, imbibe that positivity in us. So, and I'm a Jesus girl. I can't fail. You get it.
Yes.
So I have this positivity way back, like from the time I remember I started having memories. So I've always been positive, and, you know, I didn't have any idea. I didn't have any, you know, thoughts that, this thing is going to fail. Failure is not part of the things I think about. No, it's not me. I can't fail. I cannot. I will experience challenges, and whatever somebody might probably see it and say, it's a failure, but it's a lesson moment for me, right? I mean, that is what the Word of God teaches me, that when I hit a blockage, it's a lesson for me. It's a moment I need to pause, reflect, and ask God what He is teaching me in that moment. So I consider failures and challenges as lesson moments for me. So I always know and knew that I was going to succeed, but I just didn't know when. But we are in it.
We are in it.
And I'm here.
And I've reached out to interview.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. It's been wonderful.
I love that. With all the challenges you've faced, is there one you can specifically say that this one got to you? You have the mindset that, yes, you will not fail, because you have the faith, you believe in God, your belief in God is the foundation for you. But is there a particular challenge you can share with us that it got to you and like, this one, dear, but my faith in God will keep me going?
I've been a multitasker almost all my life. Like way back from school, I was selling fine toffees and Revita in JHS. SHS, I didn't sell anything because we're confined at the
We'll come to that part
house.
too.
In the university, I was selling as well during vacations, and I was also doing part-time work. So multitasking has always been my thing
for you.
So it wasn't difficult. But then it really got to a point where my role, the tasks I had to do and the responsibilities were becoming this much, and content creation were also becoming this much. So I would wake up and tell my husband, I have to quit. I have to quit. I really have to quit, because this thing is really getting to me. The skill that I thought I had acquired with multitasking and, you know, being my 100% playing the A game.
It wasn't working again.
I can't see it was really a struggle. So I would quit every blessed day. Till the time
so even with this confidence, like, did you choose content creation because you love beauty, you love exploring, or it was the money? Because corporate was giving you money as well.
God's grace.
Yes. So what made you say, I'm quitting corporate? And right now you said it, I'll quit any day, anytime, and do content creation. What made you choose content creation? Was it just the money, or even getting that much money?
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Honestly, I always knew at a point I'm going to quit corporate.
Okay.
Right? So corporate is not something I wanted to do in the long term because I've seen the side effects, right? I didn't want to be stuck at working and not being independent. I love my independence. I'm an empowered woman. Okay?
Yeah, let's go.
I love my independence. So I knew at a point I was going to stop corporate. I just didn't know how soon it was going to be. I didn't anticipate it was going to be this soon. Initially, I was filming every weekend. So I'll use the weekend to do like a lot of videos, content, and then I'll be editing during the week and I'll post during the week. But then it was becoming so much, the flow of brand requests, brand deals were coming so much, and I had to now find time in the week to also film to meet up with the demands because I wasn't also willing to let go of the money alongside.
Yes. Yeah, get it from.
So I had to now, come to a point and sit my husband and say, honey. So the time that I wanted to quit every day, he was my solid pillar.
It's not the time. It's not the time.
Exactly. He kept assuring me that when the time comes, you know. And indeed, when that time came.
Quick one. Thank you so much for watching the episode to this point. Like the video if you're enjoying it and you found it insightful so far. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, what you think about the episode. Subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any episode immediately it's uploaded. And share with a friend or with someone that you know needs to hear this conversation too. Now let's head back into the conversation.
I love what I do. I don't hide my happiness, my excitement when I'm trying new products.
That's true.
So I was like, okay,
I testify.
This is something I have developed passion for. I never knew content creation was what I would be quitting my job for. I just knew I would be a business owner after corporate, right? So it wasn't a tough decision to choose content creation over my corporate work because I love what I do. And it's also sustainable now as well. So yeah, that's why I
congratulations to
you.
I just love your excitement with it. One thing that social media makes it look like is like everyone is ahead in life. How do you make sure that you show up every time authentic and true? Because I believe that the community you've built, the Julites, did I get the name right? Yes. The community you've built, personally, I started following you because I met your content. I think I came across your content on TikTok. I was like, I just love the way you're real about everything. Like, you say that if you don't have this, use this. You don't say that we can buy this product.
Exactly.
We can't buy it. We can't buy it. And you give like options and like, oh, you can also do this. And I was like, oh, I love this person. She's authentic. She's expressive and all of that. So I believe that that's one thing that's contributed to the community you built. But social media don't show that. We feel like everyone has to be a certain way to thrive as a content creator, influencer. How have you dealt with that as a content creator?
I think mine has to be with, I've been on social media for a very long time before I became a creator, right? I started using social media way back in 2011. So I had been following a lot of videos, and when I discovered YouTube and I started, watching YouTube tutorials and learning about hair, makeup and all of that, I came across certain creators and, the conversations they talk about in their videos, the topics they talk about in their videos, I kind of unconsciously picked them up. So they kind of gave me a little bit of training with social media. And I had how do I even put it? I had, let me say, an unplanned training from creators on social media. So I knew what I wanted and I knew where my content creation was also going. And I understood how social media works, right? And from my own upbringing, I also know that we are on a time. We are all working on different timelines. We all can't have the same thing. Our fingers doesn't even have the same exactly. So I just understood those basic rules. So I've never honestly been affected by what somebody is doing. Of course, at a point I was comparing myself. At a point I was also trying to be somebody else, but I snapped out of it immediately, you know. So those moments are there, but it's not something that has really pinned me down and I've suffered any consequence from that. So I am so thankful for the people I followed way back, you know, and they gave me they had no idea they were training people to become successful creators. So I think that really helped my journey. Yeah.
You've shared your story on how you used to sell, even right from SHS to university, you used to sell and all of that. When you started content creation, you started getting the attention of people. People were excited about it. We just love the way you are. What was that made? How should I put it? Is that what made you feel like, okay, now you are worthy, or you've always had that confidence? Because even what you're doing, you have to put a price to charge the brands and all of that. So from moving from that to now this, how did you get to this point? Now you know that you confidently put price on what you're doing, and because you have brands coming to you and they feel like they can just mention anything. They're like, no, this is the work I'm doing, so this is how much I'll charge you. And you don't make your past hold you back. I think that's the question I want to ask. The past you've had having to sell, you've not made it hold you back. How have you dealt with that?
Oh, I know my worth so bad. Like even though we didn't grow up with a silver spoon in our mouths, but I've always known who I am. Like, I know who I am. Like, man, you get it? Like I said, I'm a Jesus girl. See, one thing the Bible does to you is to boost your confidence.
I agree.
You know who you are.
I agree.
You know your identity in Christ.
I agree.
That you are such a precious soul. You are such a precious human being.
I agree.
And the Bible teaches you to do things like you were doing it for God. And so everything I do, I put in excellence. So you see in my videos, I don't just wake up and film. Everything is almost planned, right? That is who I am. And I know that planned things, excellent things come at a price. So I've always known my worth, always. And like I said, the people I have, followed on social media knows their worth. Somebody like Jackie Aina, I will mention her name everywhere I go. She's somebody I have always looked up to. And if you watch Jackie Aina, she knows her worth like man, you get it? So, coming on social media, pricing my worth, because the work I put out there, I put in efforts from the quality of my work to the storytelling, to the intentionality behind it, to my appearance. That is why I will not just, do a hair tutorial or do a hair promotion video for a brand and not do makeup to complement it. Because the women in today, when they wear their wigs out, they wear their makeup, So you do your makeup to complement the style so that the audience will, kind of picture themselves in the hair through you, through watching your video. So I want to I always have that idea of bringing reality behind the product, so that in reality, if you watch my video, if you are going to use the product, how will it look like on you? How will it feel to use that product? So that is what I bring to my audience. And I know that value and that skill, I know that skill is so valuable. That is why I am so confident about myself and the work I put out there. So I am not shy to mention my price. It has never been a struggle for me. If you cannot meet my budget, I will thank you for considering me and wish you the best start.
I love this.
Next time you have the budget and come back.
I love this.
And they always come back.
They always come back.
They see that
there's impact. It works.
Exactly.
Like I'm speaking to you right now, I just love that your mindset. It's like the winning, successful mindset, even though when it didn't look like it. And I believe that's something that once you put yourself in, you keep going. Yeah. Even when it gets difficult. And you've built a community. When you start, as I said earlier, when you start your content creation, a lot of people didn't know you. And now building, people are now getting to know you. At what point did you get to know? Because you started influencing people. Now everyone wants to learn makeup. Juliana, you want to learn a hair. Juliana is talking about this. Okay, because it was mainly makeup. That's why I keep referring to the makeup point. But at what point did you get to know that this is getting more than content?
Yeah.
At what point do you get to know that this is getting just more than content? Because now people were searching for you. People like, I love your comment section. You're saying, I love this. I love that.
Yeah. So anytime I put a tutorial out there, normally people want to learn how to do things by themselves. Normally, and even if they do not practice, I know most people don't do like Those who have not been practicing. Most people do not practice, but then they will still ask you anyway. They'll still ask you anyway. And if I get lost on social media for say a day or two, I realize that people are checking up on me in my DMs. Oh, today you didn't post, because I post every blessed day. Juliana, today you didn't post. Oh, we are waiting for you. Oh, you said you do this. And I'm like, hey, so people actually remember that I said something in my so video. So my comment section started becoming very engaging, like we had a personal relationship with each other. So I remember when I went to the US, there were so many comments. Before then, did I do a July challenge before I went to the US? So at a point, I did a challenge where I challenged my audience to do their own stuff based on what they've learned from me. So some people were posting their nails, how to install their nails, how to do their hair. And we had an overall winner. And I'm like, oh, this thing is getting big. This is a community. So I came up with several names. No, actually, I threw it to the community.
You asked people. I remember when I saw that video.
I asked them to just suggest names for our community, and so many names came up. And July ended up being the top, the top name. So I just love the fact that people ask you how to do things, and they are waiting on you to post the next content, and the comment itself is so genuine. There's no hatred, there's no unnecessary drama. Everyone is so aligned with the content, and that is a beautiful thing to see. And I'm so grateful. Like, July, thank you for making this journey
very beautiful. I still remember your video that I think that 2025 or 2026, you are in 2025 as a lady, you don't know how to do your makeup. I remember. I like to watch those videos. I remember I was like, hey, you're speaking to me. So we'll be wrapping up very soon. But then you've spoken about how supportive your husband has been. I even think in your videos in the early days, your corporates, balancing corporate and corporate, you spoke about how supportive he has been. And my question to you is, I mean, you were married before you even started the content creation. What made you confident that this is not something that's going to slow you down? Because we've had situations where people get married. They were probably doing something before they got married. Or after getting married, they started something, but then the marriage just didn't hold, like it sort of held them back. And they couldn't achieve what they wanted to. I'm asking this question because you've publicly spoken about your partner. So what made you, as you were starting this journey, that he's not going to slow you down, and this is something you could keep going. Even now, you can keep going, and you're not going to be slowed down.
That is a wonderful question. So right from the time we were in the talking stage,
let's go.
So let me just start from here. On campus, I was doing a little bit of radio. It wasn't as much, and we were friends on campus too. So he was supportive. And then after school, we're doing a national service together. For the times I was, trekking from Winneba to Accra to, do my part-time work, he was supportive as a friend. And then when we started dating, he was also supportive with my work. And sometimes when I was a technology project support officer at my organization. So when he also got a job and moved to Accra, for the times that he was free, I would invite him to come to my workplace to help me do the admin work. And he would come as a friend. You get it? So it wasn't difficult when we were dating and identifying that this guy. So it wasn't difficult to make a decision to still chase my dreams, and knowing that he was going to be supportive since. So when I started content creation, even after marriage, it wasn't difficult for him, because that is what he has been showing and doing, even as a friend before dating and then before marriage. So it wasn't a difficult transition at all. And I'm grateful. I love you, baby.
You're graceful. That's beautiful. So now let's come to the truth without filter side. Quick fire. What part of your life is not as perfect as it looks online?
The fact that people think maybe I'm a superhuman, or I'm not lazy. I can be very lazy. I can lay in bed all day pressing my phone, especially for those days that I tend to think that I don't want to do anything. I can be in bed all day and not do anything all day. So I can be very lazy. I am not superhuman, please. I am a very soft girl.
You like soft life. No,
I like soft life. The fact that I do my own hair, do my own makeup, do everything myself when it comes to beauty. Every other thing, my husband does it. Babe, can you please pick the remote for me?
I'm a very soft girl,
please. I'm not
That's
a superhuman.
beautiful. That's nice.
Yeah.
So, have you ever faked? Let me still ask. Have you ever faked a version of your life just to stay relevant?
Nah, I don't. Nah.
You haven't.
No. But then these are things I immediately snap out of because I just want to believe that I'm just human. And at a point, you look at somebody's journey and hey, why is it not me? Okay, but in those moments, those were the times I started creating and I didn't understand.
But now you don't experience that.
Nah.
That's beautiful.
It's not necessary.
If social media disappeared today, would you feel lost or free?
To be honest, I'll miss the social media life. I'll miss my G life, but then I'll go back to corporate. I'll go back to corporate.
You go back to your first love.
I'll go back to my first love, basically. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you so much, Juliana. This has been a wonderful, exciting conversation. But before you leave, one of the things that's upon my heart with this show is to speak to young Africans who are building out there, because you have created a beautiful brand. You're still building a beautiful brand. You have an amazing community. If there's a young African stuck there, they don't know what to do, they want to give up, what message do you have for the person? I would love for you to look at the camera to say that.
Nice. I remember something I was filming yesterday about the fact that you have a passion, but then you don't see the way forward with the passion you have. And so you are forced to be at a workplace, work under somebody. I want you to know that it is fine. And today I'm talking to this specific group of people. If you are working at a shop, in an institution, as a corporate girl or boy, you are a shop attendant, whatever job you may find yourself, you know deep down there's a certain passion in you. You passionately want to be a photographer, you want to be a videographer, you want to be a social media creator, you want to be an artist, you want to be anything at all apart from the shop that you are in or the work that you are in. It is not bad. The thing is that your passion is not, passion demands time, it demands your energy, and there's lack of funding to fund your passion. So use your paycheck to fund your passion so that when the right time comes, you can confidently quit and then you chase your dream. Do not immediately quit your job and then have it at the back of your mind that, I have passion, so I'm quitting my job to chase the passion. No, stay where you are. Gather all the lessons you need at that job you are in, because at every phase in your life, there are lessons to be learned from that phase. So pick them up and put the pieces together and use your paycheck to fund your passion. When the timing is right, you can confidently quit and be in a good position. All right?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Any last message for your Julites?
Julites, I love you. You know that, right? And I even though I will fail you sometimes, but I will not also fail you sometimes. Continue to stick with me, and I will always, always, always appreciate you. And I also want to give a big shout out to my husband for being so supportive in my journey.
Period. Thank you for joining us to this point. We'll see you in the next episode.